Welcome to Astro the Exo Marketing Podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Kurz, ready to explore the exciting intersection of space and, well, pretty much everything else.
And I am Xylo, your onboard data analyst.
Today, we're plunging straight into, well, the really fascinating convergence of space robotics and artificial intelligence. We've gathered some compelling information that really shines a light on how these intelligent machines, they're not science fiction anymore, are they? They're actively shaping what we do beyond Earth.
That's absolutely right. So let's explore how these, tireless, adaptable systems are becoming the bedrock, really, of this burgeoning off-Earth economy. And the possibilities that presents, well, they're pretty exciting.
It is remarkable when you think about the shift, isn't it? I mean, human spaceflight is still amazing, obviously, but intelligent machines are increasingly taking the lead, operating in places just too harsh, too remote for people, and doing tasks with incredible precision and, well, endurance.
And what's really key to grasp here is that robotics and AI, they aren't just supplementary. They're not just add-ons. They are becoming the essential bridge to exploring deeper into space, the moon, Mars, the asteroid belt even. They help us overcome limitations that are just inherent in human missions.
Absolutely. I mean, just think about how hostile space is, the vacuum, the huge temperature swings, intense radiation, and of course the communication delay.
The significant delays.
Those factors alone really underline why we need systems that can operate autonomously and, frankly, just survive out there.
Precisely. And robots and AI, they offer very distinct advantages here. They can function continuously, right?
Yeah.
They don't need life support. They're resilient to extreme conditions, and their reaction times, well, they're measured in microseconds, far beyond human capability. Plus, with machine learning advancing so fast, they're evolving. They're learning to adapt in ways pre-programmed systems just couldn't.
So they're less like tools and more like, I don't know, the essential workforce for space. The mechanics keeping things running, the scouts exploring ahead.
The builders laying the foundation.
The builders, yeah, and maybe even the sentinels guarding our assets out there.
And we're seeing this already. This isn't just future talk. Look at the International Space Station. It relies heavily on robotics like Canadarm2.
Oh, yeah, Canadarm2. Been up there a while.
Since 2001. This incredibly powerful arm has been crucial for capturing visiting spacecraft, moving astronauts around during spacewalks, doing vital maintenance. It's really the station's heavy lifter.
The muscle. And then there's Dextra, right. It's a more nimble partner.
That's the one. Think of Dextra as a highly skilled, two-armed technician. It can do really intricate stuff like replacing batteries or delicate components.
All without needing an astronaut to suit up and go outside.
Exactly. Minimizing risky spacewalks.
Yeah.
And what's really significant is how integrated these systems have become. They're, for all intents and purposes, trusted members of the ISS crew. Indispensable.
And beyond those big visible arms, AI is also working, maybe more quietly, behind the scenes in spacecraft systems, isn't it?
Absolutely. We're seeing AI autonomously spotting malfunctions and actually initiating corrective actions, dynamically adjusting a satellite's path to dodge space debris, or maybe just optimize fuel use.
That level of onboard thinking, that autonomy, it must be critical, especially with those communication delays we mentioned.
It's paramount. When you're millions of miles away, you can't wait for instructions from Earth for every little thing. The ability for a spacecraft to make smart decisions in real time is, well, it's transformative.
A great example, I suppose, is the Perseverance rover on Mars. NASA's using AI for its navigation, right? So it can pick its own path.
It can indeed. Its AI-powered system lets it autonomously drive across the Martian landscape. That capability vastly boosts its scientific return compared to, say, earlier rovers that needed much more hand-holding from ground control.
That really shows how far AI has come, and we're also seeing robotics step up in satellite servicing now, too.
We are. Look at Northrop Grumman's Mission Extension Vehicle, the MEV.
It's like sending up a mechanic, but robotically. And DARPA has a project too, doesn't it? RSGS.
Yes, the Robotic Servicing of Geosynchronous Satellites project. They're pushing the envelope, developing advanced robotic arms specifically for that kind of in-orbit maintenance. This is so important for tackling space debris.
Which is a growing problem.
A huge problem.
Yeah.
And it could drastically cut the costs of having to replace entire satellites. saving potentially millions, maybe billions.
So these current uses, they're really setting the stage for a future where robots are even more central, perhaps even leading the way.
That's the trajectory. We're moving from robots as assistants to robots as pioneers in our space activities.
It's almost mind-boggling, but we're talking about things like lunar construction bots, robots using 3D printing.
And using lunar regolith moon dust.
Right, using the local materials to build habitats. And this isn't just a vague idea. NASA and ES are actually aiming for prototypes in the early 2030s.
Exactly. And imagine Mars. Before humans even set foot there, we could send robotic explorers ahead.
To do the prep work.
Precisely. Test the soil, find water ice, maybe deploy power systems, get things ready for human arrival.
And what about satellite swarms? These networks of small, AI-linked satellites working together.
That's another huge area. Think real-time global mapping, incredibly detailed weather monitoring, maybe even better threat detection, all coordinated by AI.
And you mentioned humanoid robots earlier, helping astronauts on long trips.
Yes, potentially providing technical help, maybe even a form of companionship, helping with the psychological side of isolation.
But maybe the most revolutionary concept, the real game changer, is the idea of self-replicating systems.
Ah, yes. Robots building more robots.
Using resources found in space. That seems like the key to a truly sustainable, scalable industrial base off Earth, doesn't it?
It's fundamental. If we want a real, working off-Earth economy, space tourism, lunar bases, Mars colonies, the kind of stuff that captures the imagination.
Yeah.
The hard reality is that it all hinges on robotics and AI. They're needed to overcome the sheer challenges and limitations of putting humans everywhere to do everything.
Exactly. Machines can do the heavy lifting, the dangerous construction, the constant maintenance in environments and on scales that are just, well, impractical or way too expensive for humans alone.
Which is why robotics and AI aren't just, helpful tools here. They're the core operating system for this off-Earth economy. They're the enablers. They make it possible.
Think about setting up that first base on the moon or Mars. Robots will probably go first, won't they?
Almost certainly. Doing detailed surveys, checking out landing zones, finding resources, then autonomously building initial shelters, laying cables, setting up power.
Look at the Artemis program envisions and the Moon Village concept.
Those concepts heavily rely on this robotic-first approach.
Yeah.
Then there's resource extraction, getting water ice for fuel and life support.
Processing regolith for building materials.
Maybe even harvesting things like helium-3. That work will likely be done by fleets of robotic excavators, drills, processors, working 247 in harsh conditions, all guided by smart AI.
And keeping everything running the maintenance. That also falls to robots and AI.
Largely, yes. On-orbit robotic arms, AI systems that can diagnose problems, maybe even initiate repairs on satellites, stations, future factories. That's how you get persistent infrastructure in space.
And logistics, moving stuff around.
Critical. Think autonomous cargo drones flying between lunar bases, robotic space tugs moving satellites around. These are the invisible but absolutely essential supply chains of the future space economy.
So when we look at this whole picture, it's clear. Robots and AI are going to be the primary workers, the managers, the underlying intelligence making this off-Earth economy actually function and grow.
And the markets are noticing. This isn't just speculation anymore. The financial world sees the potential. The space robotics market is forecast for some serious growth.
Do we have numbers on that?
Well, projections suggest it could grow from around, say, $4.5 billion in 2025 to over $8.2 billion by 2032. And that's driven by advances in on-orbit servicing, construction, deep space tech.
And the AI side, the smart satellite sector.
That's booming too. We're talking intelligent platforms for autonomous navigation, threat detection, prioritizing data. It's part of a much bigger intelligent systems market, potentially worth over $120 billion.
Wow, okay. And the servicing market you mentioned with MEV and DARPA.
Right, the space utilities market, as some are calling it. Companies like Northrop Grumman, Orbit Fab, others are creating this new sector. Projections suggest this could cut the cost of replacing satellite missions by maybe 30, even 40%.
It's a huge saving.
Massive. And then there's in-space manufacturing. AI-guided robotic arms assembling things in orbit using local resources. We're seeing serious investment here from big players like Redwire, Lockheed Martin, and newer ones like SpaceForge. It signals the start of real orbital industry hubs.
It feels like things are really starting to happen there.
And what's really interesting is the dual use aspect. A lot of these companies developing amazing robots for space, they're also creating tools for Earth, agriculture, mining, disaster response. That crossover makes investors more confident, and it speeds up development for everyone.
So the money is flowing because investors see robotics as the engine for that trillion-dollar orbital economy we keep hearing about.
They absolutely do. And that brings us to branding, doesn't it? For marketers in this space sector, these developments in robotics and AI, they offer some really unique, really compelling opportunities.
They really do. Robots just have this inherent visual appeal, don't they? They can even feel like they have personalities. That makes them powerful storytelling tools. Think about, famous movie robots.
Exactly. And we're starting to see the potential for actual product branding. Imagine seeing a label powered by NVIDIA AI or automated by Amazon Space Systems on a piece of space hardware.
Or built on the Hyundai Lunar Mobility Platform on a moon rover concept. Whether it's a literal stamp or a strategic partnership, it builds powerful brand association in this cutting-edge field.
And never underestimate the power of giving these machines names, voices, faces even, humanizing them. R2-D2 is iconic for a reason. Boston Dynamics Spot Robot has a certain charisma, right?
Definitely. When robots become characters in the story, people connect more deeply.
Partnering with purpose, sponsor a lunar bot mission, fund AI research with space applications, maybe co-create VR experiences so people can feel like they're a part of the exploration.
Lots of possibilities. So, okay, wrapping this up a bit, what's the key advice then for space marketers navigating this intersection of exploration and intelligent machines?
I think the core idea is this. In a world of automation, don't forget to tell the story of intelligence. Yes, it's tech, but it's driven by human ingenuity, our desire to explore.
That's a great point. Don't just show the robot, show the smart robot. Portray them as explorers in their own right, not just tools.
Exactly. Emphasize what they contribute, what they enable for humanity, rather than just focusing on control or mechanics. What neat things can we do because they exist?
And since so much of the AI is, well, invisible, the algorithms, the decisions, the analysis, marketers need to find creative ways to visualize that, make the invisible visible and understandable.
And fundamentally, build trust. Position these machines not as replacements, but as vital partners in our biggest adventures yet.
It really is remarkable watching this unfold, seeing how fast robotics and AI are changing our reach into the cosmos. From complex work on the ISS right now to these huge plans for building on the moon, mining resources, these machines are truly paving the way.
Yeah, the synergy, the combination of human smarts and artificial intelligence in space, it promises not just amazing science, but a real, vibrant, sustainable economy off Earth. The opportunities for innovation, for branding, they feel almost as limitless as space itself.
Well, we hope this deep dive has sparked your imagination, maybe given you a new perspective on just how vital robotics and AI are becoming for our interplanetary future.
And if you enjoyed this exploration, please do like and subscribe to Astra the Exo Marketing Podcast. That way you won't miss our next mission into the exciting world of space commerce.
Until next time, remember, marketing to the stars, it's not rocket science, it's smarter.